Welcome to round 1 of the UNPL playoffs, and this week we're taking on Arisen. So here, I'm just going to leave my Landorus. Landorus is good against everything on neutral besides his Scyther, and he doesn't know that I do not have a drop slide this week, so he might get scared out, honestly. So we are going to do that and see what he does. He could also lead the Blastoise potentially, try to get up an early Shell Smash, but we do have the Alprema to potentially check that, which will be good, as that's just kind of a scary thing. I'm kind of surprised that Galarian Weezing came. Galarian Weezing kind of got abused by Noctowl in our last match, but it's a good thing that it came, or else with what he brought, the Noctowl would be kind of useless. So let's see, what did he do? Glaive. The Scyther, immediately right off the bat. Okay. So I do threaten this with the Rock Slide, but unfortunately I am not running Rock Slide this week. I'm running like a Stealth Rock variant instead. So I'm just going to fire off U-Turn. I can't really afford losing Landorus into Regieleki matchup. If he reveals he's Scarf, he got me insanely good, but I don't think Scarf Slicer makes a lot of sense into my team, as I have like a lot of potential Rock Setters. I'm actually good at double check what his Terra types could be. He can be Terra Water, Flying, or Grass, I believe. Yeah, Water, Flying, or Grass. And we're about to find out what he is. Is he going to be Grass? Please be Grass. Please be Grass. No, he's Terra Steel. Okay. Got it. So he called out my early Earthquake. That's fine. That's fine. I could just go out into my Corviknight and basically U-turn, get my Landorus back in, and threaten him with the Earthquake. So okay, he's probably like a Sword Stance variant then, let's be honest. So I'm just going to go Corviknight. He probably U-turns back. That's fine. He'll probably U-turn and go out into his Regieleki, which is fair enough if he does that. Regieleki is a very scary offensive threat to our team. Actually, really unfortunate that that's Terra Steel, as that being Terra Steel creates a situation where our Alprema is going to be kind of slowed down, as he has both the Scyther and the Galarian Weezing in order to kind of resist hits from it. So that's a little unfortunate. We brought offensive specs Alprema. So, I mean, he's definitely going Regieleki here. It's super brain dead on his end. He has no reason to go anything else. And he could fire off a very big Volt Switch. He could Terra Blast if he wants to play a little risky. And here, I don't have great switch to this. I may actually just stay in as I'm rocking Wakan. I'm just going to run the Calc quickly. Okay, Thunderbolt won't one-shot if he specs. It's going to do a large chunk, but it won't one-shot me. And yeah, so I'm going to preserve my core. I'm going to stay in and just U-turn. If he stays in Thunderbolts, fine, he stays in Thunderbolts, but I'll be able to take one, and I don't need this particularly that healthy for anything. Like, it's okay for Scyther and it's okay for Sneasler, but I feel like I have good ways to deal with both of them either way, so I'm going to fire off U-turn. As he's Reflect, okay, so he's going to be rocking screens this week. That's going to be good to note. I get my big U-turn off, get a little bit of chip on this Regieleki. So he is in specs for Regieleki. That's really important for me to know. And here I could go out into my Landorus kind of freely. He can't really touch me. I actually might just get my Stealth Rocks off here, honestly. As Stealth Rocks will be big, it'll like slowly chip down a lot of his team. He could be like Rapid Spin set, but if he is, that's fine. Something tells me he'll probably switch fearing what I can go for, so I'm just gonna get my Stealth Rocks. He knows I'm Scarf, so I don't think he's gonna stand. No, he does just... Okay, so he gets up his Light Screen. But let's see, is he rocking Rapid Spin this week is a question. It's because if he's rocking Rapid Spin, that means he is Rapid Spin, Reflect, Light Screen, and he probably isn't going to be rocking Terra Blast, which will be big from my Landorus. So here, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go out into my Masquerada, as Masquerada can take basically anything this wants to go for. I don't really need Masquerada that healthy in this matchup. Also, if he reveals the Rapid Spin, that means he isn't Terra Blast, so that'll be big. Actually, Masquerada was a mistake, because if he Terra Blasts this turn, that could be worrisome, as he knows I'm Scarf Landorus. Is he his weakness policy? That's possible too. So I have to switch out. Is he Rapid Spin? I'm about to find out. I go bait. No, he isn't Rapid Spin. As he Volt Switches, fair enough. My switch was kind of obvious. I think he goes Weezing here, as Weezing is probably his dedicated check to my Masquerada. Which makes a lot of sense, as, yeah, Masquerada is very scary. He could go out into his Blastoise if he really wants to play aggressively, but I don't think that's his best series of plays. So he goes Wheezing, takes the Rocks damage big, and he reveals Black Sludge. Okay. If I really want to be risky, I can knock off the Black Sludge. I don't see the point in making an aggressive play this early on, though. I'm just going to fire off U-turn and go with what my game plan is, which is U-turn, go into one of my breakers, and fire off a huge hit. As he really doesn't have anything that wants to switch into a Specs Noctowl, and Noctowl is going to be able to take multiple hits from this thing. So, I mean, he's definitely staying in here. He's probably got to stay in Thunderbolt. He might stay in Toxic Spikes if he's running that. Yeah, Toxic Spikes makes a lot of sense if he is running Toxic Spikes, but I don't think he will. So I go Noctowl, and I could just continue to fire off very big hits, as he has no good Noctowl switch in. Like, yep, he is Toxic Spikes. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I probably should. I'm definitely regretting not bringing Gengar now, as Gengar would have basically shut down a lot of the strategy, but that is okay. Okay. So I'm going to fire off my very big Hyper Voice. He has no switch in, and he'll take a death. He'll probably go out into his Scyther, but Scyther isn't going to appreciate a Tinted Lens Hyper Voice from a Specs Noctowl. Maybe he... Oh no, he probably bought Terra Steel, forgetting that Noctowl gets Tinted Lens. That's very possible. Yeah, that's actually very possible. So I'm probably going to want a Defog later, but what am I going to want a Defog on? Or do I just play with Spikes on the field? Except the residual chip, as I'm running like a lot of flying types and stuff. I may just accept Rocks on the field. I have most of my teams immune to the Toxic Spikes anyways. As he goes Light Speed, he's going to take very big trip from this. So he takes a Pointed Stones, and he's about to take a huge Hyper Voice to the face. And yeah, he's about to take a lot of damage from this Hyper Voice. It might take him out, depending on his investment. I'm not 100% sure what he ran on this, but we will see. So I get my Hyper Voice off. It does... Respectable chip. Yep, respectable. Respectable. He might go Blastoise here. I could just stay in, honestly. I mean, Hyper Voice isn't going to be doing too much to me. Sorry, Volt Switch isn't going to be doing too much to me. So I'm just going to fire off my Hyper Voice. If he takes me out, he takes me out. Fine. So he Volt Switches. Who's he going to go out into? That is the question. Because something's going to have to take this huge Hyper Voice. I imagine it's going to be the Scyther. So he goes Glaive, the Scyther. He takes Rocks damage. And Light Screen is up, so I won't be able to take him out, but I'll be able to get very good chip on this. Oh no, that's specially defensive. Okay, yeah, that's specially defensive as fuck. So I'm going to go out into my Corviknight. He's probably going to U-turn. Honestly, not a whole lot I can do about it. He may Roost, but I don't know. We'll see. So I switch out, go into my cab. I should have been keeping track of how healthy that Regieleki is, but I don't know if Rocks will pick him off the next time he's on the field. Close combat, that'll do nothing. Corviknight's defensive monster. I can actually fire off my Defog here, but if I fire off my Defog, I'm also getting rid of my own Rocks, which makes a situation where that Regieleki is scarier. I'm just gonna take a look at his team. No, I'm just going to fire off U-turn. If he attacks again, he attacks again. That's fine. As I can U-turn, what do I have that's immune that I can threaten this? My Pelipper? How many turns of Screens does he have too? He's on his last turn of attacked. What physical Pokemon do I have that threaten this? Landorus. So I can go into the U-turn out into my Landorus and fire off an Earthquake. Which I think I'm... maybe not fire off an Earthquake. Maybe fire off a U-turn again in the off chance that he brings out his Latios in the face of Landorus as he U-turns himself. Interesting. So who is he got U-turn out into? Blastoise probably, and starts setting up. Yeah, Blastoise makes a lot of sense. If he goes Blastoise, do I have anything physical that really threatens it? I mean, that's Garba. Yeah, if he goes Blastoise, I have to go out into Meow. And let it take the chip I really regret running protected pads on Meow. I was like very 50-50 on running protected bats or heavy duty boots, as I knew Toxic Spikes could potentially be a bring that he had, but I decided to opt heavy duty boots because, oh no, he goes Latios. Is this going to be weakness policy? But even if he is weakness policy, that's fine. He's not weakness policy. I think my Meow's pretty free. Yeah, my mouse card is incredibly free here. I mean, I'm not going to be able to take him out, but I'll be able to do, like, decent... Oh, no, I can't take him out with the U-turn after, because the Reflect is going to wear off. So I could just go Meow and U-turn. As he's going to have to go out into his Knocked-Out... Sorry, not his Knocked-Out. Into his thingy is Galarian Weezing, which will be a free Hyper Voice for me. So I could actually fire off a Knock-Off here. To get chip on that Galarian Weezing. Which is really tempting, but I'm not going to do. I could make that play, but at the same time I feel like I can pressure Weezing enough with my Noctowl. As he goes Light Speed, and okay, so he's going to go this, select to sack it off. So now I can freely go for my thingy later. My defog, as now the Light Speed is off the field. So Regieleki gone. Oh, sorry, not Latios gone. So now I don't have to worry about screens anymore, which is huge, as that means the Blastoise is a lot more manageable for me. So I imagine he goes Weezing here. Weezing would make a lot of sense. Yeah. He could go Sneasler. Even though Sneasler risks me potentially being like an Acrobatics or Psychic move on my Masquerada, which I am not running this week, but is something that my Masquerada can potentially run, so we may be scared of that. Let's see, Snoop. Yep, he goes out into this, fair enough, neutralizing gas. And I'm just gonna fire off my U-turn, very free. I could go out into pretty much anything that I want. Is it worth going out into Corviknight and defogging away these Toxic Spikes? Probably not, as he's just going to set them back up. So I'll probably go Noctowl and fire off a very big Hyper Voice again, as he won't be able to one-shot me with anything. So I go U-turn, and I could actually go Pelipper as well here, as he doesn't have great Pelipper switch-ins, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go, I'm going to stick with the game plan and go out into my Noctowl and Hyper Voice. So stick with the plan. I could also Heat Wave here, honestly, expecting his thing to come in. His Scyther. Is that worth? That might be worth, honestly. Is this Scyther especially defensive? I'm not sure if Hyper Voice will be able to one-shot especially defensive Scyther. You know what? I'm going to force him to roost with the Scyther. I think he switches out into Scyther, but I don't know. I felt like I didn't really have a reason to make a aggressive play this early on. Glaive, Scyther. So he takes the rocks damage. He's going to take the Hyper Voice damage after, and he's probably going to roost here, but that's fine. So Hyper Voiced into Blends, go brrrr, almost takes it out. Almost. Oh, that's painful. A little more chip and he would be down. Yeah, no reason to overthink it. No reason to overthink it at all. So he's gonna probably roost here, honestly, as I'm guessing he's especially defensive for the Scyther, specifically to be able to check my my Noctowl. No, he just goes U-turn. Okay. Okay, so he goes U-turn. Who do I think he's going to go out into? He could go out into a lot of things, honestly, on this Corviknight. He has a lot of, like, things that could throw in it. If he goes Latios, that tells me he is probably rocking, like, he's probably rocking the Thunderbolt, but that's fine. I'm rocking the Wakandberry. I'll probably just defog anyways, honestly. As I don't need Core too healthy. I mean, it's nice for the Sneasler, but I do have the Pelipper, which is fully healthy, which can beat the Sneasler 1v1. And the defog will be big because that creates a situation where my Alcrema is like a little bit better. So he goes this. Fair enough. He's going to take that rocks damage. So here, I'm just going to fire off Defog. He takes me out. He takes me out. I actually do ISP, so he'll probably set up... He gets set up Toxic Spice again kind of freely against a lot of my team. No, I'm just going to this is difficult. It's because if I defog, also the Scyther is going to be healthy for a bit, and Scyther can be very annoying for my team. So what I think... I mean, he's definitely Thunderbolting here. So I think I just U-turn. Yeah. I E1 Thunderbolt. If he overpredicts, he overpredicts. So he does overpredict, go for the recover. So I am going to get a fairly big U-turn off here. I don't know who I'm going to go out into, honestly. Probably my Meow and fire off the U-turn again. As the one nice thing about like psychic types like Latios is they're incredibly prone to just getting U-turn spammed. I could go out into my Alperma and fire off a Dazzling Gleam, but he does have a fully healthy Weezing, so I'm not going to do that. I am just going to go out into my bait and U-turn and see what he does. I imagine he sacks off Scyther, which if he does sack off Scyther, I may defog later on in the game. So let's see. I'm going to fire off U-turn. Very obvious what I'm going for. He can go out into Galarian Weezing. If he does that, I go into Pelipper. Do I go into Pelipper or do I go into Noctowl? I think I go out into Noctowl. As Noctowl will be taking chip, but I also don't want to create a situation where, if that's a Shell Smash Blastoise, where it's Shell Smash Blastoise in the face of a Pelipper. So he's taking all this residual chip from my Stealth Rocks, so the early rocks are coming in very clutch. So I'm just going to go Noctowl here, stick with the game plan, slowly whittle down his team with the Noctowl, and fire off the very big Hyper Voice. And he's going to have to take a sack, which will likely be the Scyther. The Scyther has taken a lot of chip. I kind of regret tearing my Noctowl, honestly. As if I did Terra, I wouldn't be taking all this toxic damage. Okay. So I can fire off Hyper Voice here, which I am going to do. Or I can actually double, expecting the Scyther to come in, expecting him to want to switch out into something, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to make a little bit of an aggressive play and go on into my Landorus, as I think he's going to switch into his Scyther, sack it off, and play from there. As he knows I'm going to go down to the next toxic turn. Yep, he goes out into Scyther, so I can take out Scyther with the U-turn. And I will get one more free turn of my Hyper Voice. Assuming Rox takes him out. No, Rox doesn't take him out here. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to fire off U-turn. This is very high-level draft gameplay. Just complete U-turn spam with Stealth Rocks. But this is what happens when you go up against Pokemon like Latios, which just have a very crippling U-turn weakness. And when you just put yourself in a situation where you can weaken the opponent enough where U-turn will secure a kill. Because U-turn will secure a kill here, so I have no reason not to go for it. So go U-turn, secure the kill on the Scyther. And I'll probably go Corviknight on neutral, honestly. Corvik's pretty decent on neutral. Like, it's good against every... Oh, no, it's not good against Blastoise if that's a Shell Smash Blastoise. Guess I go Meow. Meow outspeeds everything. I could also go Alperma, as I don't really need Alperma that healthy for anything. I mean, it's nice for his Latios, but it's fine if I lose it here. So Alperma gets poison, gonna take that toxic trip, and he probably goes Sneasler and just takes me out, I would imagine. Alperma was actually kind of a stupid play. It's because if he goes Sneasler, I kind of have to play a 50-50 game of is he gonna Sword Stance, is he going to go for the Dire Claw? So he does go on its Sneasler, and we unfortunately put ourselves into a 50-50 situation. But I don't think I really have a good way around it. Yeah, that was really stupid of me in hindsight. Damn. Okay. I can try to take him out here, expecting him to, like, expect my switch to Corv. Is that worth it? Do I need Alperma? I mean, Alperma is incredibly nice for that Latios. So I think I do go Corv. I don't want to make this play, but I think I put myself in a situation where I have to make this play. Oh no. If this is Sword Stance, this is very worrisome. And I just made a huge mistake. Please don't be Sword Stance. Substitute. Okay, Substitute I can handle. Yeah, Substitute's fine. So I can Roost, I can Brave Bird. I think I'm just going to Brave Bird as he's probably going to Sword Stance in my face. If he close combats, he got me good. I don't think close combat makes a lot of sense in this situation. As he is Sword Stance, okay. So he subs Sword Stance, Starclaw. Does my Corviknight take a +2 close combat? This is a question. I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm gonna run the calcs quickly. It's because that actually matters a whole lot. It's because it might be worth sacking. So, but I still have to Brave Bird. As he substitutes again, expecting me to switch, okay. Oh no, is he gonna be Salak? If he's Salak, that might win here, shit. Oh yeah, if that's Salak, that probably wins. Oh no, I still have the Pelipper fully healthy. Pelipper should take 1 hit from this. As long as it doesn't get, like, static or anything. So I'm just gonna fire off Brave Bird again. He probably close combats to take me out. No, he's gonna try to trigger Salak. Okay. So now comes the very important question. Does my Pelipper 2 take a +2 Dire Claw? I think it does. Oh no, he isn't Salak. Okay. I think I'm just gonna sack off my Noctowl here, honestly, as I kind of still like my Corviknight to check a few of his offensive threats. Yeah, down you go, Noctowl. I still have the Pelipper, which can apply a lot of pressure to that Weezing, and I still have the Alcremia, which can apply a lot of pressure to it with the Psychic. Oh no, he's Custap. No, he's... That's it. Oh no. Oh no, does this take out Pelipper? If he's on Burden, this might win. I didn't run Sucker Punch on my Mouse Guard up. Oh no. I may have just lost this. I mean, my Landorus takes 1, but... Wait, no, Regielekki's gone. Regielekki's gone. And my Landorus does resist this hit. So I will go out into my Landorus and take him out with Earthquake. I so regret running Special Defense over HP investment on this Landorus right now, but I think I should still be able to take him out. I mean, losing Landorus is going to create a situation... Oh no, he's Acrobatics. Oh, if he's Acrobatics, my Pelipper takes a headband. Okay. So go Rain, and Hurricane. Yep, Pelipper definitely takes this hit. I would be shocked if I go down to an Acrobatics right now. I mean, I know it's +3, but this is a Pelipper. Pelipper has a very good defense. Even though I may have put myself in a situation where that Galarian Weezing can win. He raw takes me out? I lose this game then. Why did I run Wapan over Rocky Helmet? Why did I just Psychic with Alcremia? I knew that Sword Stance was a threat, and I just let him get a Sword Stance for no reason. So good game. That's the end of our UNPL run. We don't have Sucker Punch. He doesn't have to worry about it. I mean, maybe he fears it, but I don't think he will. I'm surprised that took out Pelipper, though. No, it does just take out Pelipper every time. Okay, so we definitely played incredibly poorly around the Sneasler. Man, I even knew that Sword Stance Sneasler was had a very good chance of coming. But this is just... Yeah, this is just one of those games where I just under-prepped for one of his threats. Because I feel like I would have won if I ran Rocky Helmet out Corporate Knight. If I didn't go Alcrema on neutral. There were so many mistakes I made. But good game to our opponent. He's going to move on. We're going to get knocked out. A little unfortunate, but that is okay. It is what it is. And see you guys in the next league.